Africa 54 Technology Correspondent Paul Ndiho spoke to Obi Asika, a Nigerian entrepreneur known for his involvement in the growth of Afrobeats music as the founder and chief executive officer of the Storm 360 music label.
Obi Asika, welcome to Africa 54.
Thanks a lot, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
I've heard so much about you, read so much about you. You are an amazing force of nature. What is it that you're currently working on?
I work on ecosystem building and, happy to talk about the Nigerian Startup Bill, which I think is really important. The Nigerian Startup Bill is being driven by a bunch of private sector, public-private partnership, driven out of the presidency in Nigeria and a bunch of colleagues in the private sector. And they've done an incredible job at how it affects the innovation sector and how it unlocks more opportunities for SMEs in Nigeria. And I think we're also talking to other African nations and begin to see how that can deepen the impact of tech right across the continent. Because I think we're all focused on solutions now. Complaining is not really working. So you've got to work on building solutions. I have a hub called Ibaje, which is based in my hometown in Onitsha. And we're trying to sort of promote from there and promote innovation and education, launch a couple of digital platforms around that. And again, it's about affecting the community. I'm also trying to launch an NFT platform called Motherland, which obviously is about us, right? And we're working with a bunch of aggregators of Black culture and content and working on some incredible projects in the background, because I think Web 3.0 provides a huge opportunity to Africans. We have a lot of Africans who can build, who have the skills to build the tech today. So we don't just tell the stories, we can mint the stories, we can control our narratives, and we can own the future.
You make a great point. A lot of tech giants are coming to Nigeria looking for talent, but the local Nigerians themselves can't hire these well-trained people. You have so many people in the tech space who can be hired by local companies. Why is that?
Exchange rate issues. Also, so that's one problem for local hires, local employers. Another problem is, to a large extent, you train up people and they move for better offers, right? Because it's a global workplace, so people come for people. And like you said, there's a lot of talent in Nigeria. There's a lot of people who can work, they can remote work. So I think Nigeria certainly, as an employer, as a provider of capital, of human capital, that's going to be one of the biggest businesses that Nigeria is going to deliver to the world.
When they talk about Afrobeats, they're like, you are the man who made Afrobeats become what it is today.
I'm one of many, but I'm definitely one of the pioneers. And it's a privilege to be associated with the movement, because I look at it as a movement. When we were building as a movement, but there's some key names that come out of Lagos that you have to identify when you talk about the Nigerian music. And there's the legends, of course, Fela Kuti, King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, these guys that gave us presence, right? But then you have the guys when the sound sort of changed in the 80s and 90s. And there's a lot of stuff happening in Nigeria in that period. Politics, we're listening to reggae, we're listening to pop. We're also getting influence from South Africa. We're listening to the South African sound. So all these things are influencing young Nigerians through the 70s and the 80s. And then hip hop comes in, took the whole world, right? Including Nigeria. And when we domesticated the sound, it becomes Afrobeats, which is kind of the explosion you're seeing now, which is happening because of social media. And it's now leaning to Afrobeats culture. So it's not just the music, it's the dance, it's sound, it's the lifestyle, it's the fashion. And there are a lot of people involved in this movement.
About Afrobeats.
Yes, my docu-series is called Journey of the Beats. It's on a platform called Showmax, which is DSTV's streaming platform across the continent. And I hope you can get to see it. I think it might be geo-locked for America, but I know my Africans know how to find content. My documentary is kind of I'm more sort of charting the entire journey all the way through, trying to sort of tell the story through the eyes of the people who made it happen.
When you look back, what was it like to be able to get into people's living rooms for people to take you guys seriously?
That's why you got to tell the story, right? Because we kept sort of trying to match up and begin to get our content onto Channel O, and then MTV based maybe 2004. And that's a whole different thing, because suddenly we're seeing our artists on the same level as Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it's a whole completely different experience. But the thing that changed everything is social media. Social media is the game changer for African music because, you know, we're viral by nature.
Thank you so much.
And thanks a lot for everything you said, man.
That was Africa 54 technology correspondent Paul Ndiho speaking with Obi Asika, a Nigerian entrepreneur, founder and CEO of the Nigeria-based Storm 360 music label.